Liverpool 2, Leicester 0. The title race is kept alive, and brave Arsenal have a 1-0 victory. A big 1-0 victory against Wolverhampton Wanderers. They punish Manchester United. They punish Tottenham Hotspur. And that all comes after a shocking and controversial red card for Martinelli. A red card we have never witnessed in our lives. Make sure you smash that like and that share button. This is the Football Terrace Top 6 Match Reaction Show. Let's go. If you're on the lookout for a new pair of jeans, fancy a new shirt, just want to update your wardrobe, today you are in luck. The Football Terrace is again partnering with Boohoo Man, where we can give you an extra 10% off their entire clothing range on their website right now. All you need is promo code TFT10 and or the link in our description below. So when you're finished here, go check it out. Go get yourself some brand new clobber. A little bit of a discount from the Terrace. Big thank you to Boohoo Man. Now just smash this like button. Let's start the stream. Let's go. What an evening of football we just witnessed. Liverpool Football Club keeping that pressure on Manchester City with a very important win. 2 more goals for Diogo Jota. Absolute sensation. I think 16 he's got now for the season. Brilliant from him. Leicester absolutely in the mud again. But the big story tonight, you have to look at Arsenal. Huge amount of pressure upon them. Tottenham dropped points. Man United dropped points. They had to keep pace with West Ham. They did well in the game. Look, Wolves can have the ball all they want. They were absolutely nowhere near scoring all night, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Let's have it absolutely right. If they fell into a barrel full of boobies, they would come out sucking on their thumbs. There's no doubt about it. But then one of the most controversial decisions of the season, Martinelli sent off for 2 yellow cards in the space of about 6 seconds. I have to be honest, I felt it a bit harsh. I've never seen anything like it in my life. And then Arsenal were under the cosh for the remaining 20 plus or so minutes of the game, but they defended brilliantly as they've done for the majority of the season. Gabriel at the back, Ben White at the back, brilliant. Some saves for an Aaron Ramsdale as well. Man United and Tottenham absolutely punished. West Ham feeling the heat. And what a gateway moment for Arsenal Football Club. It truly, truly was. We want to hear from you tonight. We want to get your take. We want your thoughts. We want your feelings. Make sure you're smashing those likes and share buttons for us as well. We're talking Liverpool, Leicester, Arsenal versus Wolverhampton Wanderers as well. We're covering both at the same time tonight. And I'm just seeing lots of Arsenal, and lots of Jotas in the comments there, as you can all see. And yes, I know the hairline is looking strong. It's a bit scabby still, but it's looking strong. Definitely worth the money. I nearly said how much I paid, but the money that I paid for it. Like, definitely worth the money that I paid for it. It does. I'm feeling sexy again. To be honest with you, I'm feeling good. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, we're sponsored by Boohoo Man tonight. If you want to get an extra 10% off all their clothes, use promo code TFT10. All the information is in our description below. Loads of people to talk to. We've got Zayn backstage, Jess backstage, Rack backstage. Hussam the Don is backstage. Young Samuel's there as well. We'll share the link in a bit. Got a studio full of people as well. Young Tom is here with his Beatles haircut, looking very, very happy indeed. Yeah, there we go. We've got man like Lincoln in the house.
Yo. Mitchell here.
And we've got a very smug Liverpool fan sitting there as well. You all right?
I'm good, man. Best Portuguese player in the league, Diogo Jota.
Yeah, we're going to chat to you lot in a little bit. We're going to chat to you, man, in a little bit. First on the show, we're going to get Hussam on next. Jess is on the show with us now, though, to have her say. What have I done here? I need to make sure I've got the right background on. So, yes, that's we have. Right, Jess is here now. What are you saying, Jess?
Hey, can you hear me?
Perfect.
Hey, so I'm like still shaking. I'm like couldn't breathe the entire time. I ordered food and I still haven't eaten it because I thought I was going to throw up like the entire game. That was insane. And I think we played well and I think we deserved to win. Not only because I think that we played better than them, but then we, at 10 men, we defended really well. But that's a difficult place to go. And we got a scrappy goal and went away with all 3 points. And it looked like for a minute there, we were going to do what we always do, which is get ahead, and then ruin every single thing that we did that was good in the first half and just go away with nothing or draw the game. And so I'm happy to see that the team could pull through and actually come out with all 3 points, because that's what we deserve. But I have to say that I feel very similarly to the way that I played, or the way that I felt after Man City, where I think a couple of the senior players started off with some of that reckless stupidity, getting stupid yellow cards, and it rubs off on the young players. It just does. And I was called like, oh, you're just putting 1 and 2 together and all this. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not. Like, you can see it when it happens. It's the senior players start doing stupid stuff, and then one of the young players gets sent off for doing something really stupid. Gabrielle, Xhaka, and Thomas Partey seem to be repeat offenders, and Martinelli did something dumb, but I feel like they heightened the entire situation. And there's never anybody out there to calm anybody down, because the people that are supposed to be calming down the young players are the ones that are also doing dumb stuff. So that's the next step for this team. We're still watching Lacazette miss sitters. I think we've seen like a lot of the things that we were afraid about in the last month kind of resurfacing still. You know, a lack of cutting edge in the final third, senior players not really stepping up, doing dumb stuff, red cards. But the only thing that's really changed, which is the most important thing, is that we got over the line with the 3 points. And it's a huge 3 points. We talked about this, like everything was set up for us to lose that game. I mean, Wolves is not an easy team to play against. It was just in the stars for us to lose it, and we didn't. And so we're right in the top 4 race, and I'm feeling happy, but I'm still sick to my stomach, because why can't it just be easy? Like, why can't we just have all 11 men on the pitch? Like, why do we have to always go down to 10 men? It's really annoying.
Can I ask you a question? I want to ask about that red card. Do you think Martinelli deserved 2 yellow cards?
I think it was harsh, but I can see why it was given. And I'm not about to sit there on socials and say that we were treated unfairly or anything like that. You know, the first thing that he did was just stupid. Jumping in front of the guy while he's trying to take the throw in, very similar to the first yellow card that Gabriel got against Man City, unnecessary. You could have ran down whoever he knocked down to get the second yellow card. You could have done that only, but you did the stupid thing first. And I get that you're frustrated and all of that, but hopefully he learned his lesson. I'm very happy that we're playing Brentford next, because if we were playing one of the better teams, having Martinelli out is a huge problem, you know. So, but I still think I look at it and I say, you did something dumb and you got punished for it. I don't think, you know, we were treated unfairly, but at the same time, I still look at the same pattern of senior players do dumb stuff and then a young player does something really stupid right after that. Yeah. It's not a coincidence.
I hear you. I do hear you. And like, I thought it was a little bit harsh. I've never seen kind of like a yellow card offense, play on be given, and then another foul and a yellow card. Maybe it just never happened. That's why I've never seen it. I thought it was a little bit harsh.
Well, but as you said, I think it was the period of the game. Everything started to heighten a little bit. Yeah. There was some weird tackles going in, and the way that he looked, I think, made Michael Oliver make that decision, because Martinelli was like out of control. You know, he wasn't playing within the game anymore. He wasn't going after the ball. He was going after the player. And so he opened himself up for that. Whereas if he had just not jumped in front of the player on the throw-in and just went and fouled whoever he fouled after that, he probably went a bit okay. But our rotational fouling is horrendous. That is one thing that I learned today for sure. You know how City does their rotational fouling. We are like a B-Tech version of that. Like, we really have to get that together, because every foul that we make looks like it could potentially be a yellow, and it's costing us. And so we got away with it. We deserve to win the game. You know, I don't think that Wolves did anything in the time where we had 11 men to say that they should have won the game. But yeah, there's still a lot to work on.
I hear you, Jess. Really appreciate you coming on and giving us your thoughts, and we'll speak to you again soon, okay?
Okay, bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. And look, I think Jessica got every single right. We will be speaking to the panel in here very soon. Every right to be happy with that. There's no doubt about it. It was a big win for Arsenal today. And I think Gooners have to be proud of that in itself. You know, still some things to work on, but this is the difference. You know, Spurs bottled a 2-1 lead. United bottled a 1-0 lead. This is when you have to step up. This is when you have to deliver. And that's what they did. We're going to get a Liverpool fan on next. Dom Hussim is here with us now to have his say. What's on your mind, brother?
Look, absolutely fantastic game today. We dominated Leicester from start to finish. We had to keep the pressure on Man City. Some people think the title race is over. It's not. It's just the hopeless having a go at the hopeful. I think today's game was an incredible one from start to finish. We played exciting attacking football. When Harvey Elliott and Thiago were on the pitch together, it was like Joga Bonito Brazil football. Like, it was just mental, some next level shit. Like, Terry, I'm not even saying this to take a shot at you, but like the moment you sell Wan-Bissaka and get a proper right back, you're gonna be like, whoa. So the moment Henderson and you get me Milner were dropped, and you get Harvey Elliott and Thiago on the football pitch.
We've got to upgrade our right back like I upgraded my hair, bro. That's what we've got to do. That's what we've got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and listen, we upgraded our midfield, so it's sort of the same feeling, you get me? And it was absolutely sublime stuff today. Jota is, in my opinion, just like, you see with Jota, he's just such a striker where he's just in the correct position at the correct time. He is the epitome of smart positioning. Because when you look at it, maybe build-up play, overall play, I think even Liverpool fans will tell you Jota maybe isn't the best. But when it comes to being in the correct place at the correct time, he always is. The Matip assist for the second goal was brilliant. I know you're gonna ask me about Salah, so I'm gonna just go ahead and speak on it. Mo Salah today, when I do my watch alongs, I never switch on the volume, obviously, for copyright. But when he came on, I knew without even listening that the couple were uploading him, and I turned on the volume and I heard the song being sang, and it genuinely, like, it made me so happy, and I'm very happy to have him back as well. He's gonna be a key component because we're still in 4 competitions. There's still a Burnley game to come up next. We're gonna show you guys how to beat Burnley properly, so stay tuned this Sunday. And we still have to play Inter as well next week, so there's so much football to come around.
Yep.
Diaz brilliant on his debut, so all over the pitch from Alisson till everyone who came on was brilliant, and it was a fantastic game from start to finish. So I had fun watching today's game, man.
I bet you did, mate. And as you've said, that title race is still on. Liverpool are keeping it alive. And I'm not even going to lie. Even as a Man United fan, I wanted you to win today. And these guys, I tell you, before the game kicked off, I was saying that because I don't want the title race over right now.
Yep.
I don't want you or City winning it, but one of you's going to. So I at least want it to be exciting. Do you get what I mean? City running away with it by 20 points is boring. I even think it's boring for City fans in their heart of hearts. Don Hussim.
It's boring for our league, Terry. And I'm going to just say one thing. I'll be honest with you. Chelsea fans will never say this. They will never say this in public, but I literally have gotten DMs from Chelsea fans privately telling me, Hussam, I want Liverpool to win the league because I don't want City to monopolize it, even though I hate you more. So listen, we might be the superheroes of this league. We shall see. We shall see.
I don't see myself celebrating you winning it, but certainly a good race. Dom, great speaking to you again, brother. Good to see you back on socials as well. And we'll speak soon, my friend. All the best. Take care. We've got some super chats coming up. We are going to be speaking to the panel. We're going to be debating the red card. We're going to be debating the title race. We're going to be talking about how good Jota is. So stay with the Football Terrace. There's no better place. No one else is covering it all. No one else is letting you phone in. But we're going to do some super chats, and then Igal is back. Igal is here to have his say. Let's look at these super chats here. First one says, honestly, what the F does Schmeichel have against Liverpool? He was possessed. He was. He's a very good goalkeeper as well. He was very, very good today. Daniel here. Says, job done. To have any hope of the title, we have to keep the pace with City till we play them in April. Big 3 points. And it is. And the fact it took you so long to get the second goal, the relief in this room from the boys was absolutely massive. Finding Nemo plus Lukaku, 50 million, Jota 45 million. Finding Timo, you mean, and Lukaku plus Jota at 45 million. Well done, Arsenal, is what Aiden says. Jerome here says Martinelli commits 2 blatant fouls in the space of 6 seconds. What is up with Arsenal and the red cards? Well, we will come back to that in a moment when we talk. What I'm going to say about that is this, very quickly before we debate it. I get they were 2 yellow card offenses, but generally speaking, referees let those things pass. I'm going to keep the same energy as when Jimenez was sent off against Man City. Yes, they were both bookable offenses, but in the space of time they both happened, I felt it was a little bit harsh. I really, really did feel that he could have given him a booking for one and then given him final warning for no more. However, a little bit elementary now, the game's over, but I do think it was a little bit harsh. Aaron here says Liverpool were comfortable today, even though it was 1-0 most of the game. Schmeichel was unbeatable at times, could have been 5-0, is what Aaron says. Trevor here says Jay is the most knowledgeable Arsenal YouTube pundit.
F off you Spurs.
F off you Spurs. Jay is the most knowledgeable. Oh, Jess. Yes, I should know. I was like, who's Jay? Who the fuck is Jay? Oh, I know Jay is. Yeah, cool. My co-host on Straight Facts. There we go. Listen, let's get Igal out now to have his say on the show. More callers to come. We've got Rack. We've got Samuel. We've got Man Like Zane. But I'm going to speak to the panel after Igal. Make sure the like button is being smashed. My wonderful, wonderful audience. Let's bring the man on now. Yes, Igal, welcome back. Big win. Give me your thoughts.
Come on! Yo, Terry, I am so gassed that we pulled it through because Arsenal of old would have buckled, would have broken down, and once we got sent down to 10 men, we would have collapsed. We would have dropped those points. But this is a massive, massive 3 points. Do not let anybody fool you. Tottenham drop points. Manchester United drop points. And what happened? This leaves it perfect for Arsenal to mess it up and somehow drop points. And you know what? We didn't. We capitalized. This is a massive 3 points for our top 4 hopes. This is a massive 3 points for the team. And you know what? You guys put in a shift. Good job to some of those guys that put in a shift. Now let me get to it. First things first. I had people DMing me saying you're crazy for comparing Bukayo Saka to some of the greats when it comes to dribbling and this and that. But at the beginning of the game, you've seen moments where Bukayo Saka is being double teamed, triple teamed, and just going to show you once again he's doing what he's doing. Another person that I need to shout out. I need to shout out Gabriel Magalhaes, Pate, and Xhaka. They all went majority of the game with a yellow card and didn't get that second yellow to get a red. Now, moving on to Gabriel.
Hang on. You're praising them for not being sent off.
No, because they always get sent off. So I'm like, yo, I was worried they were gonna get sent off. I did not see Gabriel Martinelli getting sent off this whole game. That came out of nowhere. Now let me get to it. The referee was right to send off. Was right to send him off. But in my opinion, as you said, he should have probably given him a warning. And also, when it comes down to it, Gabriel Martinelli, the whole team, there's disciplinary issues at the team. It needs to be addressed. Why is it we keep getting red cards? Sort this out. But you know what? I can't help but be gassed. We won this game. It means a lot to me, and I'm kind of excited. But let me get my thoughts across. My main thing that I'm looking at this game is once we went down to 10 men, we did the same thing we did against Liverpool. We went to a 5 at the back. We kept it tight and compact. Why can't we play defensively as compact when we go when we're playing 5 at the back? It's completely different. Obviously, you have 5 players at the back. Arteta, it was Arteta masterclass for after we went down to 10 men to keep it resolute and keep things going the way they're going. Shout out to the players. Shout out to Arteta. We got the 3 points. The next 9 days, I don't have to go through headaches. But the main thing I'm taking away from this game is Gabriel Martinelli missing for the next game. It's going to be a big blow, but we're going to have Emil Smith-Rowe coming back into the side. But Lacazette needs to sort his shit out. Sorry for swearing, but Lacazette is through one-on-one immediately after going down to 10 men. Lacazette is through one-on-one, 2-0, game's dead and buried. You need to finish your chances. You need to finish your dinner. You're going to cost us top 4 if you do not get your shit together. Lacazette, we are depending on you. You know what? With Lacazette in the team, we scored the most goals. In 5 games, we scored 19 goals with Lacazette in the team. But guess what? We cannot continuously do this without him finishing his dinner. Lacazette, sort yourself out, and we can start progressing. Until we get ourselves a proper striker in the summer, we're not going to progress. But right now, top 4 is still up for grabs. Tottenham, Manchester United, West Ham, we're all fighting for it. And every single time we do these kind of performances and we're resolute at the end, it gives us another chance. I'm very gassed. No one's going to ruin my mood. No one can try to ruin my mood. I'm happy.
After you've said masterclass there. You're sounding happy. Who do you feel is like the favorite now of Wolves, Arsenal, Spurs, Man United? In your heart, who's the team you think has got the edge right now?
Every game it changes, but I still back my boys. Terry, I back my boys to the end.
You're allowed to.
I think Manchester United have a lot of issues, and until you actually have a face running the ship, you're going to continue to have those issues. Tottenham, they have Conte, but it still shows their squad is weak. Even though they think they strengthened, they're still in the same position, in my opinion. Those new signings have not moved the needle for me. But Arsenal and West Ham, once again, I think they're going to drop off with Europe. Hopefully, Arsenal can capitalize and take advantage of this. We have 9 days off until our next game. Rest up, come back, and win the next game, and then we're going to show everybody. And also, we're quickly turning into games in Han FC. I don't like that. I wish we weren't so many games behind you. I want us to have equal games. This is starting to mess us up. But you know what? I'm going to keep it positive. Good win, and overall, I'm happy with the result. The performance, very mixed. First half, we were great. Second half, we were shit.
Gattuso levels. I love that. Gattuso. Sometimes a little bit good, sometimes a shit. No, mate, listen, I think it was a really good result for you tonight. No banter aside. You just did the job, and this is what it's about at the business end of the season, is getting over that line. Igal, pleasure speaking as ever, brother. And we'll speak. We've got to get you back in the studio soon, and we'll chat. All right, brother. All the best. Take care, bro. Thank you. We have another super chat that came in here that says, read Law 15 about impending throw-ins. Games should have been stopped and Gabriel booked. Letter of the law, please check it. Fair enough. Listen, the referee probably has acted within the letter of the law. But what gets me about the letter of the law is you saw a Wolverhampton Wanderers player commit a bookable foul in the first 5 minutes. But because of the stage of the game, doesn't give a booking. If you're going to quote the law as to why it was acceptable to send him off, then I want the law to be applied from the first whistle to the last whistle, irrespective of the moment of the game, irrespective of the foul, whether it's in or outside of the box. These are the inconsistencies that frustrate me. And look, I'm not an Arsenal fan, so I'm not making excuses. The only thing Gal did say that I thought was weird, though, boys, was that he was proud of players for not being sent off.
Is this what we've got to now?
Sent out today. You've done really well. You've been on your best behaviour. Got sent out. I'm being naughty.
Well done.
I need to ask. We are going to speak Liverpool in a minute on title race, but I need to ask you guys: do you feel like Martinelli deserved that red card?
Even if it's not letter of the law, it is just dumb. Like if you've just done a bookable. If you block a throw-in or impede a free kick, that's always a straight booking, no matter what happens. So in your head, you've got a yellow card in the bank waiting for you when play stops again. So for you to go and do that, you're a fool. Like, whether it's harsh or not, I think the second one was a little bit harsh, but you're still a dickhead. Like, in terms of I agree with what Jess is saying. The example set by everyone else was pretty poor. Partey was going around just fouling people for fun, but you need that game intelligence. That's what's been stopping Arsenal for the last 4 or 5 years. It's in the mentality.
It's one of those passages of play that we never see. The most recent one I can recall is the Chelsea and Ajax one, when those two Ajax players got sent off in the same passages of play. But it's like, how are you going in and doing that? And then Jess was speaking about, I think Jess brought the fact that why did they get so many red cards and yellow cards and fouls and overall? It's just that it's not really the players' mentality. It's like someone must be telling them to go out and they're making these fouls after they lose the ball. Like less than 10 seconds.
But there's ways of fouling though. You look at someone like Fernandinho, for example, like. He's mastered the dark arts of fouling. He'll foul you, smile, pat you on the head, pick you up. Yeah, with Arsenal, they just don't seem to have those sort of minerals in them, and they have that sort of game intelligence. They just do stuff rash, they've not really thought about first, and then that's why they've got more red cards than goals this year. It's for a good reason. It's not because referees are picking on them. It's because they don't know how to manage a game properly on the pitch. I feel like Arteta is having to coach them through every single phase of the game. They don't have any leaders out there.
That's very true, yeah.
Let's just check Tom's mic again. Everyone was asking about it. Let's go to Tom's mic. Is it working now? Change the wire.
Let's hope so.
There we go. Listen, I look at it this way. Look, I understand letter of the law. Martinelli could have gone. Maybe he should have gone. I just sometimes feel like in those circumstances, you need... When those things happen, I feel like the referee is looking to be the center of attention.
Yeah,
I always feel like they're looking to be the main character. They're looking to be the star of the show. There was just no need to do it.
Although it is kind of playing up for the camera, and then you kind of taken on by the crowd because you kind of trying to get reaction from them and that. But when he did this, it made sense. I
get these things make sense, but like I've said, I either want to see the letter of the law applied in every foul, in every moment, at every stage of every game, consistently, or not at all. I don't like how referees will pick and choose. Will pick and choose when something is acceptable. Sometimes you'll get a barge in the back, it'll be given. Other times you get an elbow in the back of the head like last night and it isn't. It's like, you've got to create that consistency.
I mean, I don't agree with the letter of the law in the sense that it should be stopped if there's a throw-in and he impedes it, because what if he doesn't fully stop the throw-in and someone's in on goal? That's why he's played the advantage, because Wolves had a great counter. I think it's just stupid on Martinelli's part. It weren't his first foul. It was like his second or third, and then he fouls again. I don't think he gave the ref much choice. I do agree it might have been in a way to calm the game back down, let him get a sense of control back into it, because there was a lot of stupid decisions, a lot of stupid tackles. You know, he weren't given. He was just trying to get control back into the game, and whether I think he was right to do it. I think he was right to.
Sorry, I read a comment here. I read a comment here that says Terry pretending to check Tom's mic when all he did was, I meant to comb the lad's hair. And we do have to look. I need to speak into the camera here very quickly about Tom. We do have a permission slip from mummy and daddy for him to be here tonight. So he's allowed to be here. They said he could be up, and he's got 40 minutes until his curfew time. So he can't be out above 11 o'clock. He's allowed out. He's allowed here. He is 20 years of age, by the way. We're only joking. We do not have a young child in the studio with us by himself. That would never happen. This is not the way.
This is sounding weirder and weirder every.
Yeah, I'm going to shut up now. Honestly, nothing. Nobody was harmed. No children, no cats, nothing in the making of this show. We're going to talk Liverpool in a minute, but we're going to bring Rack on first to have his say. A big Liverpool fan who's obviously happy with the result tonight. Hit the like and share button. Rack, Mr. Rack Singh. How you doing?
I'm good, Till. How are you, mate?
I'm champion, mate. I'm champion. I'm in a good mood considering all my rivals won tonight. I don't understand it really.
There must be something wrong, sir.
Yeah, exactly. Give me, if you don't smile, you'll cry. It's not really a saying, but it's how I feel. But look, Liverpool win tonight. Big result. Give me your thoughts, mate.
Look, incredible day, incredible match. And I've also borne witness to two of the most incredible hairlines in YouTube history. First of all, your own. Well done for getting that done. Looks great. But Tom Little, Tom stole the show. I'm afraid to tell. Sorry. His hair.
No one's talking about it anymore. We're going to talk about the football because that's what we need to talk about, not my haircut.
No, look, seriously about the game. Look, we were in total control, man, and this is what I wanted to see. When Elliot came on, you had Thiago, Elliot, and Fab in midfield. We were brilliant. We played so well, and I was very, very happy for Diaz. He's going to be potent. You can see it. And what I was most impressed about with him is not just his creativity and the dribbles and the opportunities he's going to be creating for us, but also the way he very rarely loses possession. His passing accuracy is very high for someone who plays in that front line. Doesn't give the ball away very much at all. And when you're a team like Liverpool, where you want to constantly be pressuring the opponent, if you can't create something, then the fact that you can find one of your teammates and keep the ball, create chances is going to be really important for us. So I thought that's the signs look really good for him. And just in general, outside the first maybe 5-10 minutes of the game when we looked slightly shaky, there was only one team in it, and it probably should have been more. But 2-0, I'll take it. We'll move on to Burnley at the weekend.
Mate, listen, great call, great points being raised there, my friend, and we'll chat to you again soon, Rack. Top man. Thank you. I think you make some great points there. The question I've got for you, Liverpool boys in the room, do you honestly feel like this title race, and we spoke about it on the watch long, but not so much on the reaction, do you honestly feel like the title race is still on?
It was never off, in my opinion. I'm not even capping either. I think we've got to keep it alive until we go to the Etihad. But I always thought, all right, City are on a mad run at the moment. I think they were like 13 wins in a row, 13 unbeaten or something. They're going to lose eventually. It's down to us to keep it alive. We can't let this go to like another 18, 19 point gap where City just walking away with it.
I could have sworn I heard that last season, about, eventually City will slip up. Eventually, do you guys not get this City guys? Like, Klopp called you guys a couple of years ago mentality monsters.
Yeah,
that's what City are, man. Once they get on that run, I don't see that.
It's less so hope that or expectation that they'll drop points. It's more so hope that if they do, we need to be capitalize rather than let's say we go they're not going to drop points. Let's just concentrate on the Champions League. And then they do. And we're sitting there going, oh, well, why the fuck did we stop playing? We should have just carried on.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure. You guys are in all the competition that you are now. And then you play City next in April. Like, think about what happened between now.
You just got to be in and around there by the time we get to the Etihad. Because
6 points.
We'll have 5 games left at that point. We don't know where City will be in the Champions League, if they'll still be in that, if there's pressure on that. You don't know what's going to happen with this season. We've just got to make sure we're in and around there. Otherwise, we might well regret it at the end of it. That's the big thing.
I look at the title race is alive as far as I'm concerned. City, of course, the overwhelming favourites. But it isn't the right mentality to send into your team for Klopp to just say, let's just roll over and let our bellies be tickled now. You need to stay there. You need to keep fighting. There's also things like momentum going into other tournaments. You've got the fact that you're still fighting on all fronts. Theoretically, you can still win 4 trophies this year, as you mentioned. But also, sport is too unpredictable. And I'm not a fan of foregone conclusions in sport. I've watched too many shocks. I've seen too many horrors happen. I'm not saying it will, but say City lost 2 or 3 very important players in the next 2 weeks, which isn't inconceivable, and then dropped a few points. Imagine Liverpool gave up 3 weeks ago and threw away 6 points. You're handing the league over. You don't that kind of mentality just isn't good enough. And
you bring up a great point. City can lose one of their strike.
They don't need a striker, to be fair.
But they just again. But it could be someone else. They could lose a defender.
Yeah.
They could lose KDB, and they could lose Foden. I'm just saying they could lose those guys, and then suddenly they're stretched because they're in all the competitions, barring the League Cup as well, and it's harder for them. So I just think if Liverpool rolling over and having their bellies being tickled, I don't think there's a Liverpool fan worth their salt that would accept that. I don't think Jurgen Klopp would accept that. And giving up the fight now is wrong because you never quite know. You never know. Even last night, if they won 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0.
And it was fairly comfortable. At any point, a breakaway goal could have happened and they draw the game. No one was predicting they were going to drop points to Southampton. Liverpool as well. This was meant to be the time period through AFCON where they went out of competitions and they lost all their games in the league. But instead, you won 3 league games on the bounce, through to the next round of the FA Cup, and you're into the final. So you're almost surpassing rival fan expectations at the very least. I think it's well and truly on. I think that there's a great opportunity. And if you go into that game 6 points behind them, if you win your game in hand and you're 6 points behind them when you play them at the Etihad, I think you will beat them. And then we are going to be in for an absolute barnstorming last few weeks. I really do.
What we've done well too is like goal difference could potentially be a big thing. We've kept pace with them as well. They ran out and beat Leeds like 7-0. They've had big wins.
That was a big thing.
But I think I just saw a minute ago. I think they're only two goals ahead of us. So goal difference is still within touching distance. Like Terry's, like the boys have said, if you keep it at 6 points by the time you get to play them, it's still on. It's still on. I always said from the beginning of the season, if we get on the other side of AFCON and we're still in it, then we've got a great chance to have that last stretch. And listen, it's 9 points now, game in hand.
For the players as well, because they'll have been listening to all these pundits going, AFCON's the slip-up point, they might fall off then. The fact that they managed to get through it with shining colours and get a new signing through the door who played brilliantly today and gave them a boost all round. That can only boost their confidence. You know, they should be playing a new level of enjoyment of their football. And that's what I'm looking forward to for the rest of the season. We should be looking forward to these finals instead of going, oh, should we throw it so we've got a better chance in this?
We've got to go all out. We've got to go all out for everything.
With full confidence, full belief, and suitable depth to go, we can challenge on this, and this front and expect to be challenging at this, and this, rather than just going right off the cuff.
And I think the signing of Diaz is massively important for this because he didn't score today, but he looked dangerous. He looked energetic. And I know it's only like 2 and a bit games into his Liverpool career, but he just looks a Liverpool player. You can see straight away there is quality in him, and he does what he could probably do with to relieve a little bit of pressure in the next game or to get a goal, take that little bit of pressure off because it's still a fairly big price tag in its entirety. But he looks part of that Liverpool setup, and no disrespect, but you know when Minamino's been again, I know Minamino's done well against Leicester teams, but when I've never seen Minamino look as dangerous.
He sticks out when he plays for us.
Yeah, exactly.
He looks like the odd one out who's not quite of the quality.
Yeah,
like you said, the biggest compliment I can pay Diaz in the last 2 games. He came on, obviously it was against Cardiff, but he looked straight away threat, came on, got an assist. This game today, it looks like I can compare it to like the Jota signing, even though Jota had time in the Prem first. But that first game that Jota had against Arsenal came in bagged. Looks like he'd been part of our front line for years.
Yeah.
And Diaz has got that same sort of star quality to him as well. I mean, it's exciting times, man.
No, I think it is, and you're right about that. And the last time I saw a kind of a backup player from an attacking point of view, Jota came in and improved things. But that first 6 months under Shaqiri, as an example, that was when you guys, for me, were one of your most dangerous from an attacking point of view, because the subs coming on were scary as well. And I think with Liverpool, Firmino hasn't been the same player now for 18 months or so. No. You haven't had the same, even as a Man, I know you batted this in the last game, but even as a United fan, when we've played you, didn't matter who you brought on from that bench from an attacking point of view, I didn't go, oh no. Where I look at Diaz and you're thinking, someone like him coming on with against 11 men who have got tired legs because Liverpool have been battering them, that can make a huge difference. That extra little strength in depth is going to be key. Some super chats here says, Liverpool fans, calm down now. Man City will not drop points. Get over it until still slot games. Still a lot of games, I think he means. Yeah, a lot of games left. Chelsea will rejuvenate at one stage and get closer to you. Man City are champions, is what Stephen Jacobs says. Adam here, I want to read it on the big screen, says, Terry, can you kindly ask Tom to say, because when you say it, Tom, you're better reading than me.
Hey, that's a quality super chat right there.
There's absolutely no need for that whatsoever.
Come on, Tom. Get it done.
I've done laps in the Trent, and when I need more, I come right back like I'm Trent.
There we go. I don't actually understand it. Am I old?
It's a Scouse song that's come out recently.
Is it the guy that's does grime but in a Scouse accent?
Yeah.
Do you know what I rate about that? Right, I haven't listened to the song, but do you know what I rate about it? I'm a bit of a stickler for people that are not from London, that speak with London slang and London accent. I love the fact that you're a Scouser, rap like you're a Scouser.
You couldn't sound any more Scouse either. Yeah, I love it.
Do you know what? Again, it's not my. I mean, I'm listening to Michael Bublé's new album at the minute, so it's really different end of the spectrum. I'm old, but there we go. My trainer's all right though for old man. Do you know what I mean? Bit of feeler.
Yeah. What's the next question, bro?
They're not that bad.
No, they're
that bad. Don't take them off. Look at it. They're not that bad. They're all right. They're all right.
I bet they expect.
I didn't want to break it.
Nike called Jordans or something.
What's wrong with feeler?
I don't know.
Bro, you with them sideburns chatting to me about how I look. My God, bro.
Let's not talk about hair.
With your moon boots on. And you got black trainers and white socks. What are you doing? Jesus Christ. Anyway, right, we're going to do some more callers now. More callers.
No,
People are laughing at feeling. Listen. Do you know what's funny as well, right? On a real level, I wear what I wear and I feel good in it.
Dead trainers.
Do you know what I mean? Dead trainers. I don't know.
He's going to flaunt the Lacoste in a minute.
Bit of Prada. That ain't wrong with what I'm wearing. Ain't nothing wrong with what I'm wearing. My lumberjack. Well, this is from Boohoo. This is a lovely shirt. You can get this with an extra 10% discount from the Football Terrace. Links in the description below. Everyone's wearing Boohoo tonight, actually.
Yeah.
Lincoln there in his grey hoodie. You can't really tell that Tom's is Boohoo, but it is Boohoo there. We're sort of donning the clothes again tonight and all that jazz. So if you want to go check it out. Brandon's on the show with us next. Big Arsenal fan. Welcome back to the Terrace, mate. What do you want to say, brother?
Even I'm in the Boohoo tonight, mate. You can't tell, but work jacket, Boohoo, man. See, promotion. There you go. Happy with the result, mate. Happy with the defensive performance. But there's still a lot of work to be done. I think we have a serious discipline issue in this squad. We really do. 4 red cards now in 6 games in this calendar year. That is just a joke. You know, we might as well start every game with 10 men. We might as well, because it's inevitable that someone's going to get sent off. And let's not get it twisted. It was a red card. I know it was 2 fouls in quick succession, but they were both yellow. They were both yellow card worthy. However, Terry, there's a couple of things I want to point out, and mainly going forward, attacking is still a worry to me because we didn't really create too many clear-cut chances. And I've got to ask, we've had that week away in Dubai. We've had nearly 3 weeks with no game. And what has actually been worked on on the training ground to improve that? What has Mikel Arteta done to get the likes of Lacazette and Saka and even Martinelli into better positions on the pitch so that they're able to take shots on goal or get into a goal scoring opportunity? And I kind of see a lot of the same as what we have been doing pre the break, like before the break. And we was quite lucky today to get the win. But no complaints from me, because at the end of the day, I went into this game thinking that we was going to get slapped by Wolves. But inevitably, Terry, I do think that although, you know, we're there or thereabouts in terms of top four, I think what we've done in January is going to ultimately come back to bite us in the arse, because, you know, you see it with Lacazette. He had a great opportunity to kill the game off and make it 2-0. And it's just not the same. You know, his finishing's just not that great. And Ketia, you know, he doesn't score goals. He's kind of a bit part player. And if Arteta's not going to use Pepe in any way of, you know, shape or form, then we're going to struggle to score goals. And I don't know. I think that might just come back to bite us in the end.
It may do. It may do. When he missed that chance, you're thinking, wow. I think tonight, very good to keep Wolves out. Wolves don't score very many goals, though, as it were. But look, I think I look at it from the positive point of view that you were resolute. You were able to stay strong as a unit after going down to 10 men. And it was important you picked up those 3 points with Man United. I don't know, we drew, but essentially losing, and Tottenham dropping those points as well. And you've now got that rest again. The one thing I would say that I agree with is you've got a lot of space between games in the next few weeks. You would expect to see a team so well drilled for each game they play, because they actually get to train and prep and prepare for all of these games in the right way, which isn't always like essentially doable when it comes to these situations. Normally, most teams don't get a chance to prep 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days for each game. So I think it's a massive advantage for Arsenal, and one they have to capitalize on.
Yeah. The thing is as well, Terry, is with Martinelli getting sent off, I don't know how many games suspension he'll have to serve for that. It's two yellow card offences. So is it only two games?
I think it's just one, to be fair, because it's not violent conduct. So it'll be one game.
So that ain't too bad, I suppose. But he will be a big miss, Martinelli, because one thing that Martinelli does offer that kind of helps the team a lot is his energy. His energy, you know, it will miss that from Martinelli in the next game. I don't know. I can't even remember who we've got in our next game, to be honest with you. But, you know, hopefully we can get away with that. But these red cards,
Brentford at home. I think it'll be fine against Brentford at home. They open up. Your home record's great. I'm not too sure what their away record looks like, but I think you'll be okay in that. But I do hear you. Like, these red cards have got to stop,
mate. They've got to stop.
Yeah, they've got 100%.
It's ridiculous. I mean, Arsenal are the only team in world football that can come out with a specially made kit to fight against knife crime, and with the slogan "No more red," and then have 4 red cards in 6 games straight after. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is a joke.
No, look, I do hear you. Bran, great call, my friend. Thanks for coming on and having your say, and we'll speak to you again soon. Top man. What I love about football fans is the difference in emotion. You had Jess that came on, who you could clearly see was relieved, I would say, more than anything else to get the victory. Igal is celebrating players not getting red cards. And then you've got Brandon, who's angry, like, who's still annoyed because he's like, I don't think it's sustainable. That's one thing I love, and that's what we try and promote at the Football Terrace, is that difference in fan and intellectual view on the game, in the sense of, I'd be so bored if every gooner phoned up and said the same thing. Like they were all like Jess, they were all like Igal, if they're all like Brandon, we'd all be very sad at the end of the show.
I don't think I could get bored if they were all like Igal. Some of the
Igal is amazing. I love Igal. Some of his claims are just out there. They really, really are. But the next game is like really important for Arsenal now, because everybody else is going to play one match before they get to them. And I think Arsenal are going to end up with 2 to 3 to 4 games in hand over a lot of the teams in front of them. And there's an element of that makes it really exciting, you know. But if Man United and Spurs drop points this weekend to Wolves and Southampton,
it's pressure that I don't think Arsenal have got the minerals in there. Well, they've kind of shown they haven't got the minerals in their team to cope under that kind of pressure. And it's similar to what I was saying before about our running. City play before us for like the next 4 or 5 games, I think. And as much as it's good to see what the other team's doing, to see what you need, it's pressure that you sometimes can do without. Arsenal now, they're going to be looking around and seeing 3 of their rivals play, like you said, a game before they do. And I guarantee for a fact that it's going to make that performance against Brentford even harder for them. I don't think it's going to be any easier for them knowing that, say United, Spurs, and West Ham all pick up 3 points. They're not gonna be able to sit right with that pressure. I don't think. Arsenal have proved this season that when it gets real tough in the high leverage situations, that's kind of where they seem to crumble.
I could pretty imagine Southampton pretty much taking the game to United, especially off the back of their win last night against Spurs and Wolves. Man, Wolves were you can see from the Twitch stream, yeah. Wolves were what are they?
I've never seen someone get so annoyed at the team they don't support.
I was so pissed. Like, how are you not scoring? Like, man, like I don't want to give that much credit to Arsenal about their performance. I mean, anyone can defend good with 10 men. You're down to 10 men. You're camped in your half defending, and then
it's a good for me. It's a good performance from Arsenal, but like I think Jess kind of hit the nail on the head when she was like, it's a good performance, but it's just a bit of calm. I think is needed from Arsenal
to put it into perspective. Yeah, again, it's one of those things where they were resolute and they deserved to win and should be happy. But Wolves have scored 19 goals this season. To put that into perspective, Burnley are bottom of the league and they have 17 goals. Watford have scored 23. Newcastle have scored 24 goals. Everton 25 goals. They in terms of their goal score, they're the 3rd worst goal scoring team in the league. So that's what, again, if they were playing Brighton tonight, by the way, only actually have 23 goals. But if they were playing Southampton, a Villa, a Leicester, any other team, a Palace, any team like that, and they went down to 10 men for this last little bit, I think they might have been a little different.
It would have been a bit more pressure.
So it was almost, if you're going to go down to 10 men against anybody, go down against a team that don't score and struggle to break people down. But I think what Brandon's right about is these kind of mistakes, and Jess pulled on it as well. These mistakes have to stop because they're almost, most of the red cards they've got in recent games have been so avoidable. They didn't need to make they're stupid red cards. They're not needed. It isn't sort of like, you know what, we're about to concede in the dime. I remember a great red card Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got for Man United, where I think we were 1-0 up against. I want to say it was against Nottingham Forest, and they broke through. They were going through 1-on-1 on goal, and he tripped them up, took them out, gave him a free kick from 30 yards. He was walking off, and that's a good red card.
Yeah,
that's a good red card to give away.
Even if it's like a crunching tackle, sometimes like obviously I don't condone violent conduct, but Robertson's one against Spurs. I was like, you know what? At least you kind of did something for me to be like, I mean, it kind of gave you some sort of emotion. Martinelli's got sent off for blocking the ball and some little pussy boy push from behind.
And by the way,
like,
you're also blocking a counter attack on a team that don't score. So it's almost, in some respects, it's probably more dangerous to let them keep attacking and counter back on them. Like, it's crazy, really. But it sets things up really, really well in terms of the top 4 race. But I feel pressure as a Man United fan watching tonight because we have to beat Southampton now.
We have to.
Because if we drop points in that game and then Arsenal win, Arsenal got all those. I know that people are saying, how will they handle that pressure? It's easier to win those games in hand if we're losing them. If we win our games in hand and we end up 8, 9, 10 points, then they have to win. But Arsenal have that foul safe of, even if we end up like only 3 to 4 points in front of them and they've got 3 or 4 games in hand, they could lose 3 games and still end up in front of us. Like that takes all the pressure away from Arsenal. And I don't want to make it, at the very least, I don't want Man United to make it easy for them, But yeah, a lot of pressure in that 12:30 kickoff. We're going to get Zane on next, who's a Liverpool fan, to have his say on the show. What are you saying, buddy?
Yo, bro, how you guys doing? You good? Hey, your hairline's looking good, bro. It's getting better.
Appreciate it. Give me your thoughts on Liverpool's performance tonight. And the big question I've got for you is the title race still on?
Do you know what? I'll come on to that because obviously I've been pretty critical of my team, right? But I'll come on to that. So first of all, big up Jota the Shotter, bruv. My man is banging goals. He's doing his job. J-O-B. That's all I say about my players, bruv. Do your job. If you're an attacker, goals and assists. My man is stepping up and doing this job. So big him up. And he's much better than them Werner and Havertz, man. All these Chelsea men were hating on us, bro, when they got Werner. Let's not forget that, man. These rivals were hating on us. Now they're like, oh, shit, we did them a favour, bro. Yes, you did, bro. You fixed us up with a nice striker, man, because, Firmino, no goals. Boy, so we're happy with that. Now, let's talk about my boy Diaz, man. Do you know what? Very impressed, man. naturally fitted into the team. Looked like he'd been playing for Liverpool for years, bro. It was pretty much flawless start. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, it would have been nice to get a goal or assist, but everything you said was sublime. And one thing I noticed about the guy, no offsides. That shows high IQ, bruv. He weren't coming off offside or nothing. He was intelligent, running with a play, coming in, coming out. He could play. You can see he can play both sides. Also, what I liked was his great short passing. He never really gave the ball away, and the link up between him and Robertson. That's oh my days, man. That was good, bruv. Honestly, the way they were just linking up nicely is a bit like how Harvey Elliott, Trent, and Salah, the triangle on the other side do, bruv. Do you know what I mean? So big them up. Now, the midfield. My midfield is back, bruv. Big up my midfield, because from my point of view, I've been critical about my team about this midfield. I've been saying there's no way we're going to win the league with the midfield we've had. However, and answer your point about the title contenders and whether we've got a shot now, I have to admit, from going from zero chance with the midfield we had, with the players coming back and obviously seeing what I saw today, where we were dynamic at midfield, we were controlling, we were creative, and there was fluidity there. Because let's not remember, Leicester had a lot of the times during the game 11 players behind the back, but we still looked attacking decent, unlike last year. So from my point of view, I've gone from no chance to about 15 to 20% chance of us winning the league now. So from 0, 15 to 20. Obviously, a lot of that hinges on injuries for City and us keeping healthy. But for me, the omens are going good, bro. We've got all our players coming back. We've got the Carling Cup. If you win the Carling Cup and we push on from that, bro, I'm telling you, bro, there's gonna be a thing. And then a final point for me, my captain, bro. My captain was playing today. VVD, bro. It's a shame my man has not been put as captain this season, bro. Now he's there in his rightful place as captain. He showed leadership. He dominated, even in their box, bro, winning enough corners and setting up chances, bro. So from my point of view, the team I'm seeing now and the players we've got available to us, yeah, this is my Liverpool. And I've been super critical of this team. I have to swap around because I keep it real. I see what I see, bro, and I cannot not deny how good my team looks now, bro. It's a pleasure to watch my team play when we got this kind of quality players and this creativity and this dynamic. We're like a force now, bro. Force of nature, bro. So you City man out there, bro, watch out, because we know we live in your head rent-free, bro. You better be watching, bro. If we carry on this way, win the Carabao Cup final, yeah, you man are going to be sweating in April when we come and beat your ass, bro. But yeah, big up everyone, man.
Top man, Zane. Thanks for coming on, mate, and having your say. Really appreciate it, bro. Thank you. 3 games ago, just a cup team. Now...
I just found it funny how all the great points he raised about what Luis Diaz's brilliance at is all the points he slanders Sadio Mane for.
Yeah.
I just never start Diaz over him.
I suppose it's just people, they see things in their own way, innit? Like,
I knew it the moment he started bringing up short passing is one of the short attributes. When I'm looking at my inside forwards, I'm not looking for short passing to the left back.
Was that Javern just said it right? Shiny new toy, innit? Shiny new toy syndrome, innit? It's one of them things. Like, Diaz looks really good, there's no doubt. But now, listen, it's actually nice for Zane to come and talk football, though, rather than just calling people out. Normally, his first minute is always, "What you Chelsea fans just saying?" I was saying, bro. Like, it's so funny. I love the fact that he talks like that at 40. It's mad. Young Samuel's on with us now. Big Gooner. What you saying, Sammy boy?
Bro, Terry, listen, I had to use this spray because I was my armpits were sweating the hell out of each other.
Oh, there is
I don't need to know about sweaty armpits, bro. You tell me about your sweaty pits for. Don't need to know about your Bobby Orange, brother. What you saying? Go on.
No, this game, I felt pressure, bro. Like, because I came on here yesterday when I came on here when Tottenham played Southampton, and I was giving it, I was saying, you know what, we're gonna win tomorrow. But when we went down to 10 men, listen, I was a wreck. Literally, I was sweating my ass off. Like, oh no, we bought it. No. I bought it again. But listen, I've been looking at the FA regulation, and Arsenal fans have went on the FA website and looked at the FA rulebook, and it has said if if the offence was interfering with a stopping promising attack, the player is not cautioned. So I don't get what the hell that means.
Say that again. So if a player stops a promising attack, he's not cautioned.
No, if the offense was interfering with or stopping a promising attack, the player is not cautioned. It literally says it on the FA website. So I've no
In what
clue
context? Under what rule?
when it's out of play. So when the ball is out of play, that's what I think it's the rules implying.
Even if you pushed, I think he booked him for pushing him.
Yeah.
So I think it's because he pushed him. That's what I think. I think that's what it was. It was because he. Do you know what the crazy thing is about this? What I've been asking for years. Mic the referees up. You don't have to have the mics up for everything. Just turn the mics up when they do. Almost like I'd like to do in the NFL, where I'm going to explain now to everyone what I did. It's always, if he come out and said I booked him for pushing a player, which is a yellow card, and then I booked him for the cynical foul on the counter. You may disagree, but at least you understand exactly what.
Even in Australian league as well.
Yeah, but they'll get the refs in this country know they'll get exposed. I don't know. Tommy, you might remember this from the Spurs Liverpool a few years ago.
Don't get me started on that one.
Yeah.
John Moss has sat there asking for VAR when it weren't even introduced. From
and he was like, I'm not sure, but I'm going to give it anyway.
I don't know if he's touched him. So if he hasn't touched them, it's not a foul. But I'm going to give the penalty anyway. Just
for no reason. Like, they'll get exposed. The rest of the country, like the level on the floor, bro. The level was on the floor.
It's crazy. It really is.
If Martinelli was getting a yellow card in the first challenge, he wouldn't have made that second tackle. So that's the argument which could be made against the red card. But listen, all I got to say is if we're going to carry on with Lacazette, we've got to create at least 6 chances per game for him to score 1 goal. Because, listen, you had the opportunity to make us go 2-0 up, seal the game, make it less stressful for the team and the fans, and he blazed it wide, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but Aubameyang puts that in the back of the net. Aubameyang puts that. He's just worse than Aubameyang.
Almost as if he had the transfer window to bring in another striker. Hey,
listen, Lincoln. All I'm saying is wait for the summer, bro. I'm buying into the hype.
Wait, why not now? Why not now? Summer might not come. The summer might not come.
I'm saying, Sam, I'm saying be careful. I've stood next to Lincoln. Man could eat you in one bite. Yum. He's a big man, honestly, and you're like a toothpick. It'd be over. Young Samuel, thanks for coming on, mate, and having your say. I appreciate it, bro. Go and have a shower. It sounds like you need it. Speak to you soon. Top man. Adams here with the super chat says, I'm going to read it in big here. It says, I big up yourself, man, like Tom Hazy. And yeah, Terry, those feelers are washed up like Sami Khedira. But welcome back to the hairline gang.
Why is Sami Khedira getting straight to the football?
It's a bar.
Okay, cool. I mean, look, listen, my trainers are good, bruv. I feel good. You know what I mean? You've got to remember as well, I'm 36. So if I was dressing like I was 21, that would be a real big problem. Do you know what I'm saying? There comes a point that I've got a mate like that. He just wears everything that's like. I go to like I was in Zara the other day and there's some clothes there and the woman's like, "Oh, this looks good," and I'm like, "Yeah, I've seen like young men wearing that. I'm not a young man. I'm a dad of 3. I got a 7-year-old. Do you know what I mean? Got a 7-year-old boy. So yeah. But Adam, thanks for the super chat, my guy. Doesn't offend me at all. I see like I've got a friend who's like 42 and man literally dresses like an extra in an Ali G movie. I'm like, bruv, that's just done now. Let it go. Let it go. Having said that, I do have like a leather bomber jacket with numbers on.
Don't bring that out.
my bomber jacket's nice, you know.
Don't bring that out.
It's nice, bruv. I can just about pull it off. I don't know. Maybe I can't. Anyway, I digress. Bro, 36 is still young.
You're only as young as you feel.
It's young compared to my dad, who's 66. But there we go. Big up my G's from Toxteth side. Are you from that part of Liverpool?
No.
You're from a posh part, aren't you?
No, I'm from Speak.
Is that bad? Good?
What? Middle of the range.
Middle of the range.
So is it like your Canning Town or your...
How's he going to know what Canning Town's like? Why are you asking him that?
I know it's not Formby, but it's not Toxteth. It's in the middle.
I get exactly what you're saying. Do you know what I mean? I get exactly what you're saying. Do you know? I know what you're saying. Do they only let 2 school kids in at a time in the shops? That's how you know. That's how you know when you're in a rough area. They only let 2 school kids in at a time at the shop. There's a little sign up there. Our local shop was called Yogi's. The man that owned it was called Yogi. Shop was called Yogi. I don't know, for years. It's funny, right? Because we used to do this. And when I was about 25, I was outside the shop And I heard him chasing kids out of the shop and they were laughing. And I said to these kids, what'd you do? He said, oh, we just called him Yogi Bear. And like literally from when I was 5, everyone used to go in and shout Yogi Bear at him. And the man was still getting angry 20 odd years later. I wonder if it's still around that shop. Great shop in Leighton. Bro, I'm 39 years old, bald. You look good for 30. Listen, oh, Jerome, listen, you're bald, but you look good being bald, bro. I didn't. I looked ill. I look like I had problems. You look good when you're bald head. You look like Vin Diesel. Ish. What are we saying here? Terry, tomorrow will you be going old school streaming from the airport? If you're, I might. If you're an OG at the Terrace, I might stream from the airport tomorrow. What time? My flight's at like 2, and my return flight's at 5:30. So maybe. Just depends what they're like with security, with masks and everything. But I might do it. I might stream just for a bubble from the airport. I got a new phone as well, so I got a new iPhone. So maybe I'll do it on that bad boy. That'd be good. Yeah, if you've been watching the Terrace a while, you know what that's about. Proper. The other day I nearly did it, but I left the thing at home. I was gonna do a car cam live stream. But then I'm like, nah, someone will G me up these days. He's brought me to the police. Terry looking like he's going to chat up some birds. Like, listen, they're called ladies.
Yeah.
Lahidis. And no, I'm not going to do that because I am taken. Terry did the hair transplant surgery. No, it grew back. Honestly, I went to sleep on Sunday. I prayed to God that I don't believe in, and it grew back. It grew back. My hair grew back. Can you imagine? Adams is back. He says, nah, Terry, the outfit is sick. Just the shoes look meaty. See, I know what meaty means. Ahmad is not meaty. Listen, my shoes are good, bruv. I like them. I bought them in blue, black, white, and red.
You bought out the entire Fila stock.
No, I liked them, and I went. I generally do that. If I find if I find a pair of anything and I like them, I'll get them in like 3 or 4 different colors, so I can wear all different outfits. Yeah, I like.
I will kind of take back the diss that I did on Fila on the Twitch stream if you are watching. Yeah, Fila is a good brand, but when I was 10. Yeah. Well, like, I mean, look at this,
bruv. I'm looking at your trainers right now, and you can't.
We already have to talk about trainers.
Let me get a look at them.
Look at them.
Do you know what? I'll do you guys all a favor.
Don't put them on screen, but look at the get off the table. No, I'm joking. My God, I'm only messing. Terry, where's Man Like Mo? I haven't seen Man Like Mo on the football terrace in a long time.
Like Mo.
Since the last time I remember hearing from him, someone told me he was going to come to the studio on Thursday. Someone gave him the address. I was actually so excited to meet him, and he didn't arrive. Man Like Mo. The one I want to get back. If you're an OG, who remembers the Man City fan from Canada called Kyle? He go, hi, Terrence, Kyle. That's how he used to speak. He was like, and he gave it the big one until Liverpool beat City for the league title, and we never heard from him again. But that's how he used to phone him. Hi, Terrence, Kyle. If you think Gal's got a high-pitched voice, this guy was a madness. And OGs watching are going to be like, I remember him. He was great. I got his number, Listen. Everyone that has tuned in, a massive thank you to each and every single one of you. Boys, thank you all very much tonight. Big round of applause to you. Big round of applause to Javern on the tech tonight.
Big up.
Big shout out to Tyler over there doing clips and chilling. He weren't chilling, he was working. Everyone that's tuned in tonight, a massive thank you to all of you. Please go and check out the Boohoo Man website. Use our link below. Use our promo code as well. We want to keep the sponsor, so go and do it. One of our users actually messaged me, spent £200 on clothes on Boohoo Man just today. That's a lot of clothes at Boohoo Man as well. Do you know what I mean? So thank you very much, the man like Matt from Australia, for doing that. But until next time, everybody, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll